Daryl Dixon is the character from the hit series The Walking Dead.
Boom, shakalaka.
More recently, he was given his own spin-off show which is about to receive its second season. However, what many of you may or may not know is that he also starred in his own video game, and that same game is highly regarded as one of the worst PS3 games of all time. So let's check it out. Okay, it is time. It is flipping time to start this game. Audio. Okay, so there's no music volume. It's just volume of the entire game. That's great. As we jump into this awesome game, we can very quickly bag our first trophy for running out of breath 10 times in a row. And we know we're exhausted from the amount of sweat that drips down from the top of our screen. I'm sweating. Damn, that's some high-tech gameplay right there. I am sweating a lot, actually. Are you okay, Daryl? The game seems to struggle a bit with the frames when it comes to spinning around in circles, which I think really goes to show you what kind of game we are heading into. To be fair, this is making me dizzy in real life. Oh, extreme conditioning. There is the first trophy, which means I'm flipping locked in. This would be one of the easiest trophies to obtain because from this point on, the majority of the trophy list is missable. So missable, in fact, that forgetting to grab a single collectible, survivor, weapon, or pretty much anything else would easily result in another playthrough. And that's not even taking into consideration the playthrough specific levels that require their own playthroughs to get through. But we will get to that in a minute. For now, we meet up with Jess, an absolute legend that repeats the same 3 words over and over again.
Daryl, come here. Daryl, come here. Daryl, come here. Daryl, come here.
He lets us know that our friend Buck is calling for help, but little does Buck know that he's about to meet something more than just a deer. Buck, no! Buck! Where is he? While Buck is getting munched on, our interests are drawn to the trophy, The Hunted Becomes the Hunter, where instead of saving the life of someone who surely had a big impact on our pre-apocalypse life, we need to eliminate 5 walkers coming our way before we are inevitably eaten for a midday snack. Oh, get fucking smoked, bro. I don't know if that was 5.
What in the hell, Dixon?
Look how he's like paused me.
What the hell, Dixon? Oh, Dix, no, man.
Dix.
Daryl, you okay? Dad?
Oh wait, we're not
Dad,
that.
no.
Wait, what's going on, bro? I'll do it myself.
Sorry, brother.
Damn. Now, since this trophy pops at the end of the mission, it was time to experience the beginning of the outbreak. Okay. We can grab the hunting knife, which is just one of the many melee weapons we need for the trophy. That's a nice swing you've got. And also grab our first collectible type here, which are in the form of these quite large squirrel statues. There's 16 to collect, and due to the way this game is laid out, requires 2 playthroughs to find them all.
Have you ever seen anything like that? If you told me about it, I'd call you a liar. Listen, there's more of them coming. We gotta go. Daryl, remember what we learned about him. Head trauma. Attack the brain.
Where did all the zombies even come from, bro? Where'd he get the gun from? What are you just doing standing there, bro? We're getting swarmed, and he's like, Daryl, come here. Leaving this lovely building we have found ourselves in introduces us to the combat. And to be fair, it's not bad, but it's not good. The game makes you assume that you're about to be eaten alive if you make so much as a single decibel of noise. But as I learned pretty quickly throughout my time with this game, you can just walk behind a walker and stealth them all the same. In fact, you can pretty much just walk across this entire game with minimal contact from any walkers whatsoever. However, the game played it out as if I was about to die from any wrong turn, so my first playthrough was very slow and very combat focused. Wait, he's definitely saw me. What is he eating? What is this? Why is it so low texture, bro? Quickly earning a trophy for getting 2 headshots with a single bullet. You in a hurry, mate? Actually, wait, let's hit a 360. And my hope never die. Oh! Oh, they definitely all heard that, yeah. Oh, 2 heads are better than 1. Okay. I was also attempting to complete this mission without being grabbed, but it seemed my controller wasn't too fond of that idea. These guys stand no chance. Battered. Ah! Hey, run. Run! Stop pulling out. Oh my god, what the fuck? Run! Oh my god, bro. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I think my controller's broken. That's always lovely. If we get grabbed now, I'm going to be flipping fuming. Livid, actually. Just run, just run, just run. Please let that be the trophy. I swear if we got grabbed, I'll be fuming. The hunter becomes a hunted. That was the 5 at the beginning. Please give me the one I need. Yeah. Was that the right one? That wasn't even the right one. There you go, you're just not my type. What was that one that we just got? With that out of the way, we are finally introduced to the travel map. And this core feature of the game is the sole reason there's so many missable trophies. You're given a choice pretty early into the game that requires you to pick between 2 locations. This single choice will either send you down the left-hand side or the right-hand side of the map. And for the trophy being everywhere, we need to visit every single location in the game, which of course brings about a stupidly large amount of missables because missing a squirrel on the left-hand side means you then have to replay the left-hand side again to collect it without even starting a 3rd playthrough for the right-hand side as well. But that's not the only thing tied to this travel map, because we also have survivors. More importantly, RNG survivors. Yeah, this game requires you to get extremely lucky and find 5 of the 16 survivors in between travel locations, and this is entirely out of your control. You can travel from one location to the next and not stop a single time. You could stop twice, you could stop 5 times in a row, but the chances of stopping and actually being a survivor is basically 0. And I'm still surprised they looked at this game, thought it was so fire that people would want to play it over and over again, and then decided to make this a trophy so you have no other choice. Luckily, the trophy hunters that played this game back on release figured out that you can quit to the main menu as soon as Daryl starts waffling to his friends, putting you right back before the last location and giving you another chance at finding no survivors. Even with the solution though, this game was already starting to wear me down, and I decided to take a break. Usually, this 10-minute break ends up being a 1-hour doom scroll session. But today, thanks to the sponsor of this video, I can actually sit down and play any game I want on a massive 10.9-inch display at 144 Hz. Yeah, that's right. We somehow got ourselves sponsored by Red Magic, and this tablet is incredible. Gone are the days of losing time scrolling for hours, because now I can boot up a few games of COD Mobile and absolutely destroy the lobby, thanks to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip and the advanced cooling system on the back that has 9 layers of heat dissipation, making this gameplay experience genuinely so smooth. But if all of that kind of flies over your head, this tablet has RGB. I mean, what else could you really want? You want to play PUBG? Well, you can, and it feels super smooth and responsive. You want to play COD Mobile Zombies, and you'll be spoiled with a constant 120 frames per second. The added bonus to all of this is that it also rocks a 10,100 mAh battery, which will get you through those long gaming sessions, alongside the 20,000 RPM turbo fan to keep your tablet cool. If you're on the lookout for a gaming tablet, I highly recommend you check out the Red Magic Nova tablet down in the description or pinned comment. Thank you Red Magic for sponsoring the video and ending my doom scrolling addiction. Back to the task at hand though, we approach the second location in search of some gas. Yo chat, do we need some gas for our car? Some gasoline chat. Revolver. Revolver? I don't know. I don't know where. Is he gonna open the door? Where's he going? And here we see a wild walker walking away. Unlike the 5 RNG survivors, the remaining 11 are story-based. Some are missable, but you'd really have to be rushing through the game to not complete the required side quests to recruit them. Doing these random side quests gives us progress towards the Good Samaritan trophy, so it's kind of in your best interest to get these done regardless. So after feeding this guy at the police station...
You sure you ain't coming with?
Oh, hell no. This is my
Oh, hell no.
Where am I gonna be safer?
You don't have the key, do you?
Go on now, leave me to my duty.
What happens when you get hungry again?
It's this one thing that got me tripping.
Bro was gobsmacked. And grabbing some batteries for the officer on the roof, we complete 2 side quests and also recruit this guy for a lovely trophy. Oh, we survive by pulling together. We do indeed. What is that picture, man? Oh, and the ladders, by the way, don't even logically make any sense. There's no way I was just floating that. Can I go back down? I'm not even on the ladder, mate. Hello, chat. After finding the gas station, it turns out the guy held up inside will only give us the keys if we go and find his uncle in the caravan park. And, well, it seems we're a little bit too late. Where the fuck am I going? Oh, it's him. How you doing, bro? I'm not really too sure why this happens, but collecting the keys from the corpse just alerts every single walker in the surrounding area. And this introduces us to another aspect of the combat, the grapple. Basically, as soon as you are grabbed by a walker, the game rubber bands the surrounding enemies so that eliminating the one in front of you instantly chucks you into another grapple unless you press R1. It's pretty hard to explain unless I show you this example later in the game, where I avoided this door specifically because I knew there was a walker behind it due to a previous death, only for the walker to rubber band and grapple me anyways, even though I was so far away. Being on the second mission though, and still pretty new to this game, the first encounters with the grapples didn't go down all that well. You can group hug, cool, but you can't just chuck the entire whole. What is going on? Okay, this is not. I'm actually gonna die. You can't just chuck every single zombie at me in the entire fucking world. What the absolute shit. However, we made quick work when spawning back in, returned back to the gas station for some fuel, and ended the mission off with 2 new survivors. But for the trophy, you go your way, I'll go mine, we could only continue by dismissing one of these new survivors. I can dismiss Jesse Collins, 57. Probably for the best, right? Weak. Get rid of Warren. Loser. We're just on the verge of death due to being bit at the start of the game. We arrive at Gar Water in search of a new vehicle. This is the first route-specific location, and these locations aren't necessarily that important, but they usually hold a survivor or a collectible that is only obtained here. So we grab another squirrel and also a grenade before grabbing the first poster, which is the second collectible type in this game. There's 8 of these scattered around different locations, most of which are hidden in these route-specific locations. At this point, it was pretty clear to me that missing anything would be detrimental to my motivation for playing this game, so I came up with a plan. The guide on PSN profiles is okay, and credit where credit is due, because without this guide, I wouldn't have even attempted this game. But it's still kind of hard to follow, and honestly, super easy to miss something if you're not careful. So I whipped out the trusty notebook, and ignoring my amazing writing skills, I tracked every single collectible and missable thing in this game using pen and paper. Look at that quality of them assets, man.
Lady, Elizabeth. There ain't no ranger.
There ain't no ranger. Oh my god, what the fuck, bro? Daryl.
Yeah, I earned these.
And approached Jess to unfortunately dismiss him in the nicest way possible.
Jess? Oh, Jess, no.
Oh shit. Oh my god, Jess. With the outbreak suddenly sweeping the world, Daryl sets out to find Merle to see if he's still alive, and we end up in Fontana, a city that has already fortified a lot of its surrounding area in hopes of keeping the infection out, clearly without checking their own people first, because just like everywhere else, this town is also overrun with walkers, and a lot of them at that. Our objective is clear though, we must find Merle, and while doing so, we run into a woman called Anna Turner, who needs our help with a man called Noah. They're trapped and surrounded by a group of walkers, making it the perfect opportunity to use the grenade we picked up on the last mission to blow up 5 walkers at once. Oh shit, what happened? Where did it go? There we go. Boom, who needs a headshot? After getting the rundown from Anna, it seems that they were separated from their group, a common and almost identical story to most of the other survivors we find in this game, and we are tasked with finding a woman called Mia trapped in the theater. While doing this, we can grab another poster and basically just walk past all the enemies to find Mia. Yeah, 10 out of 10 gameplay right here.
I ain't the asshole you're worried about.
Who are you then?
I'm a different one.
No scout? She sent you?
Yeah, she's across the street in that diner.
Once speaking to Mia, we go back to Anna, but she's already dipped somehow, even though she was trapped just moments before, and there's a stupid amount of walkers outside the diner. She leaves us a key, which is the final collectible type, not to be confused with the story keys because somehow they're obviously different. So after ticking it off in my notebook, we can also grab a machete that she conveniently left us, making it honestly seem less believable that they managed to make it out in one piece. For the trophy Need a Hand, we need to chop off a walker's arm as they're just about to attack us, and I'm not sure if it was just me not paying attention, but I didn't realize you could heavy attack with these melee weapons. Doing a normal attack won't really chop off any arms, so I sat there for the best part of 10 minutes, just dying over and over and over again, trying to chop a body part off an innocent walker. When that didn't work, I tried shooting their arms off, but again, I was just wasting my time, and it wasn't until I realized the heavy attack was a thing that this trophy became surprisingly easy. Oh, maybe I gotta hold the trigger. Oh. There we go, need a hand. Me, bro, it was that simple. One of the more pressing issues I have with this game is the lack of supplies you find in these main locations. I understand that the unmarked road events are where you can stock up on supplies, but when you get low on health in a main location and you have no more snacks left, you're more or less just waiting around to die because there's fuck all left to grab. It was also here that I found out the game was reusing entire locations from previous areas. We're not literally back at this. Is it? Huh? Is this not literally the same thing as before? Correct me if I'm wrong, but this police station and fence look awfully familiar to the gas mission where we needed to go to the trailer park. I know they made the building, so it's however they want to use the model, but I mean, come on. That location was literally 2 stops before this, and I'm already seeing the same building being used again. Yeah, because that's the police station. That's literally just, that entire building is a reused asset. Actually, while we're on the topic of reuse assets, the walker models are basically 5 or 6 unique walkers, even to the point where sometimes I'd get grappled only to be met with the same player model over and over again. Oh my god, that was an ugly fucking guy, what the hell? That's just the same player model again, bro. It just sucks to see how poorly Walking Dead fans have been treated when it comes to video games. The universe is so cool and there's endless possibilities for a Walking Dead game, and yet they decide to create this game and then 10 years later create this. I think the only studio to actually do anything right with this IP was Telltale, because Walking Dead Season 1 is up there as one of the saddest endings to a game I have ever witnessed. Back to the game though, after walking around the police station, we find Merle on the roof.
Bro, you're stir-fried from the sun. Booze and whatever else you're getting into.
I do feel a little warm now that you mention it. I'm not going anywhere but Jake's, and that's where you're gonna take me.
Don't make me escort him, please. I beg. Yes, sit down and found. Sorry, brother. And finally, get our first random road event almost 5 missions into the game, which not only proves how random it is to actually receive a road event, but also how lucky you have to be that the random road event contains a survivor, because this one did not. Oh, on the road again. Not sure what that one's for. Claiborne is the next location and might honestly be the worst one in the game. The idea is cool, but I just don't really like how many collectibles and missables are in this one for a route specific location. You need to find a fire axe, the pump action shotgun, a survivor, a poster, a stuffed squirrel, and you need to make a choice at the end of the level in order to grab another survivor later in the game. All of this is basically tied to one location that is only possible when coming down the left hand side of the map. It's actually insane. He was talking as a year. I started the mission and headed into the hospital, quickly meeting up with Noah, who was apparently left here by Anna in search of some medical help.
Cool, man. Be safe, all right?
We can make our way through the hospital, finding a poster which once again uses a real-life image instead of one from the game. Oh, she's there. They don't put her in the game. Oh! You fuck. I actually got lost here due to no real fault of my own, but actually because they decided to place the exact same reception desk at the start of the game, and then again in this location here, making me double take where I was and start backtracking because I was just so confused as everything looked the same. I don't even know where I am anymore, what the fuck. It feels like either I've just done a massive loop or like there's reusing assets, which both is pretty plausible to be honest. After reaching this location with the fire axe, the game just became a walk in the park, and a repetitive one at that. The fire axe is so overpowered, and one heavy hit instantly eliminates any walker in my way. Bro, one hit melee is crazy. And because there's no upgrade system, no difficulty tiering, or basically any form of difficulty whatsoever, this fire axe became my go-to weapon and basically made me invincible, which, as mentioned, made the remainder of this game easy and repetitive. It was around this point that I did start to realize the whole sneaking around trying to make no sound situation was just a waste of time as well. And it almost felt like my eyes had finally opened to a big reason this game got so much hate. Like, why would you sit there and play a running simulator set in the Walking Dead universe when you can play Red Dead Redemption 1, GTA 4, Last of Us? I mean, even flipping Kung Fu Panda 2 came out before this. This game came out where games were starting to cook hard, and in the middle of these go-to games, we got this. Back to the game though, we eventually make it to a doctor that is apparently making a cure for us all. The twist though is that she's deciding to test on Noah. You know, the guy that was barricaded in that one room right at the start of the hospital. So while we survived an entire walker horde, fell through the floor, and fought off more more walkers to get here, Noah and the doctor somehow made it here unharmed. Regardless, to get Noah on our team in a later location, we need to save him from the doctor. But just as I was about to do so, I checked the guide one more time and realized I'd actually missed another survivor in the hospital. And this gave me two options. One, I continue with the game, being forced to play the game for a third time down the line because this is a route specific location. Or two, I restart the level now, being forced to play through this entire section once again. And I mean, it's pretty clear to which one I was going to pick. The good news though was that the squirrel and the poster I had collected here had saved. Yes! Meaning the main priority of this run was just to find that random survivor called Todd that was hiding around the corner of this corridor. God. Imagine that would have caused me an entire replay through. That's crazy. But the stress was far from over, because once we reached that big choice once again, I of course chose to save Noah, defended him from countless walkers while getting the weapon-specific eliminations with the weapons I had collected here, and then, just as the mission was about to be over, I noticed that the squirrel in my inventory was no longer showing on the screen. So I returned to the main menu with a big emphasis on the fact that the game just saved after defending Noah in order to check if the collectible had indeed saved, only to be met with the realization that this game doesn't even have a section for these collectibles anyways. But if you can believe it, the bad luck on this mission doesn't end here, because after pressing continue to obviously continue where we left off, this happens instead. Now what? Really? The game saved and I exit the level and continue where I left off and it's put me right back at the start of the game. Are you taking the piss?
I need some medicine.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Nowhere does it say, yeah, unsafe progress will be lost. I saved, bro. Like, that actually takes the piss, man. There's another like half-hour waste on this shitty mission, mate. But the final nail in the coffin for any real positivity I had towards this game was that just after defending Noah, the level is basically over, meaning I quit for zero reason and the game made me replay the entire level again, just for the level to end right down the hallway where I'd quit beforehand. If you thought for some reason the game would get any better, it would not, because for the next 50 minutes of my life, I sat here restarting the game over and over and over again, because the RNG is so flipping strong that the chances of getting a survivor is virtually non-existent, and I was sat here trying to find two, these two to be exact. And no matter how many times I restarted the game, no matter how many random events I encountered, and no matter how much of my own time I wasted searching for non-existent people in this bad game, the survivors would not show up. And I was actually starting to believe that this specific route from Claiborne to Lemon Hill was just rigged, or stumbling across a survivor here was physically impossible. But I mean, it had to be possible. So I kept going, eventually unlocking a trophy for using 250 fuel, which means the game does, for some reason, keep track of your fuel usage even when you restart your game. But still, I couldn't find a single survivor. I'd explored the locations countless times, but each time the area they were meant to be was empty, until... Come on, just give me a fucking survivor, bro. There's a diner up ahead, cool. And there'll be no one here, as per fucking usual. Oh my god, chat? Oh my god, there's no enemies. This has got to be it. And we finally found a missing survivor after like 40 fucking minutes, bro. Oh my god. What the fuck? 40 minutes, man.
I could use a ride if you have room.
The fucking RNG on that, man. 40 minutes for a single survivor, and there's still one more I need to get as well, but luckily I think there's another route I can take after this, so I'm gonna do that, because trying to find both of them on the exact same route is like it's got to be like a 1 in a billion chance, man. There's no way. Oh, this is just a reskin again, man. They actually just be porting shit over. This is literally at that one place from that one section. A survivor can be heard. There's no way. Both survivors on the same run. Are you taking the piss? That's even meant to happen, or that's fucking insane luck. Like, insane luck. No. Please. Oh my god, I'm fucking dead, bro. I'm so dead. We fucking did it. We fucking did it. Both survivors on the same run.
Let me come with you. Believe me, I will pull my weight.
And that was just 2 of the 5 missable survivors we need to do this exact same thing for moving forward. Up next though was indeed Lemon Hill. Possibly my favorite level because there's not really that many walkers here. Now, but honestly, this level was actually pretty fun. The reason we are here is to stop the massive herd coming our way, and to do this, Meryl finds a fireworks shop, and it becomes our task to find more fireworks and light them in the church. It's just a fun mission that has barely any story tied to it, and a bunch of walkers to kill. More importantly, it holds the last 2 melee weapons we needed for this trophy. The baseball bat was up first, and this was held in a random apartment alongside a fresh set of new keys for a vehicle. And after picking up some more fireworks, we can make our way through this graveyard to grab the final melee weapon we needed, the sledgehammer. It's a pretty strong weapon, to be fair, and would have been really cool to use if there was any walkers around to kill. But they all seem to be off doing their own thing, and I couldn't find a single walker anywhere, other than this guy who clearly had too much to eat last night. So the only way forward was into the church to place down the fireworks and ring the bell to attract all the walkers. A great trap because the walkers are drawn by sound and clearly have no survival skills at all. On the plus side, this did populate the town quite a bit, so as soon as we escaped the church, it was time to bash some random walkers' head in. Please give me the trophy for that, please, I beg. But the trophy didn't pop. Hours and hours of my life had just been wasted writing down and tracking these weapons, so I knew for a fact I had done them all. As a last-ditched effort, I cycled through a few melee weapons, and when I got to the base knife... Oh, let's fucking go. What I believe happened was that the game doesn't count these sneak attack eliminations as a knife kill, even though, very clearly, we are demolishing a walker through the skull with a weapon that looks very similar to a knife. With that roller coaster of emotions all for nothing, we can finish the mission and reach Barksdale to be told,
Stay here.
What?
What? Mel runs off, and yet again we are spending the entire mission trying to find him, witnessing weird shadow textures and sneak attacking enemies because, yes, for some reason I was still doing that, before reaching the bar to see Merle having a standoff with his old gang.
I ain't your brother.
It wasn't my idea to sell you out, I swear it.
Oh, damn it, Merle. This whole trip was just for your stash?
Quit your belly aching, you're giving me a headache, son.
Jess was right about you, you selfish son of a bitch.
So yeah, Merle dragged us all the way out here for some substances, and really the only good thing to come out of this mission is the crossbow. That, of course, is Daryl's signature weapon, and it's kind of cool to see how it came to be if this game is considered canon, which hopefully it is not. The crossbow is cool because it stays with us now until the end of the game. We can't drop it, and there's always ammo floating about during missions for us to grab. There's a few trophies tied to the crossbow, which is kind of cool, and we can attempt 2 of them now. I'll get this trophy now though. Okay, hard as fucking died. Oh, you're doing it wrong. That should be a trophy, I think. There we go. Mind if I borrow this? And then I should get another trophy for hitting this guy in the knee as well. I used to be human like you. I also got crash course in brain surgery here due to the sheer number of times I got grappled by literally every walker in the surrounding area. It's just such shit game design. And then it was time to finally meet up with Merle and his gang to find out exactly what was going on. Except we don't even find Merle or his gang, and instead somehow run into Anna from Act 1 that left Noah to die in the hospital. Really?
Saved your ass at the diner. Do I look like your bitch?
Not in that outfit.
What? Oh, hell no.
Wait,
Hell no!
Let's go, before I change my mind.
Yeah, I'm just as lost as you are. With Act 2 coming to a close, we enter Act 3 with 2 more survivors to find on the road. And I jumped into this right away to not waste any time. But finding the first survivor straight away was not something I was expecting in the slightest. Abandoned neighborhood up ahead. There's no way we found this first try. Surely not. There's no way! Literal first route. She's here. Oh my god.
I don't know where to go now. Everyone I know is dead.
Everyone I know.
Please take me with you. Please.
Please. Other than that major spelling mistake, the rest of this trip was pretty lackluster, and unfortunately we did not find the other survivor. That survivor being Gloria. I had seen Deathroth playing this game before I even started doing this platinum, and Gloria was the last survivor he had left, taking hours and hours of restarting the game in order to find her. And when he did, this is what happened.
No. No. She can't die? How did they get in here? There was literally no walkers.
Restarting the checkpoint did let him save her, but this seemed to be the grim reality of finding Gloria on the road to Sherwood, and it was something I was not looking forward to in the slightest. For now though, we had to explore a route-specific location called Lafferty. This was the first route-specific location that kind of just felt a bit rushed and half-assed, with the only real use for stopping here being that Noah had conveniently found his way here from the hospital, and we just happened to stop in this exact location to find him. There's also a squirrel, poster, and keys to a new vehicle here, but something I suddenly realized when browsing the guide was that these keys can leave your inventory if you die before the game saves. Now, I don't know about you, but having no collectible counter at all for these keys, like not even a quick flash on the screen to show the amount you have, as it does with the posters and the squirrel, is such a bad design choice and makes it basically impossible to know if they've saved or if I have to repeat the game all over again. But after completing this level, it was time to try and find Gloria, and immediately there was a glaring issue. This particular route from Lafferty to Polksville seemed to result in Daryl talking 80% of the time. And when Daryl talks, this means the route is already over and I'd have to restart my game. The amount of time it takes to close the game, boot the game back up, and then boot the actual game up from the start screen takes a solid minute or two, just to then jump back on the road to hear Daryl waffling in my ear once again.
You spotted? They were supposed to check in.
On the odd chance we stopped for anything, it would just be something random like a roadblock or supplies. And I don't know if it was just this particular route or if Gloria is just that hard to find, but this took hours and it almost seemed like finding Gloria was actually impossible. Oh my god! Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. There she is, there she is, there she is, there she is. For some reason, she spawned on top of the trailer, letting us know that she's thankful for saving her, even though we had done absolutely nothing other than pull up in our grey shitbox. But once we turn the corner, she drops through the roof of the train and a bunch of walkers spawn in. We cleared the walkers with our one-shotting axe and added Gloria to our team, taking the total number of road survivors found to 4 and leaving one more left called Sarah, who I may or may not have missed at the start of the game, so I will have to find her in the next playthrough. For the trophy I can handle myself, we need to dismiss every single survivor here before heading into Sherwood, which doesn't impact anything at all since they're pretty useless other than getting a few supplies.
When I was 7, I wanted a dog in the worst way.
What? I wanted a dog in the worst way.
14 years.
There we go, I can handle this myself. Sherwood is essentially the end of the game, as it is here that we will be getting an evacuation out of the city, and I guess going to another city with more walkers or something. But instead of coming with us, Anna meets up with her dad, who kind of looks like he's been bit already, but this is the end of a storyline, so I guess we'll never know. Oh, he's definitely a zombie, bro. What's wrong with his thumb? Did you see how big that was? There's also 2 survivors in this location that both require our help. One is in the left house and one is in the right house. Talking to both of them shows that they both want us to find a guy called Aiden, who was allegedly meant to signal the evac chopper to come to this location, but hasn't come back. So our task is to find Aiden, who is trapped on top of this walker infested shop, grab his bag for him, and then go back to the houses to grab both of the survivors in time for the evacuation. However, once returning back to the main area, the houses are overrun with walkers, and we are required to choose only one of the 2 survivors to escape with. It doesn't really matter who you choose here because we have to play another playthrough anyways to help the other survivor. So I picked Jane and escaped with her as my only survivor for the trophy Rosie the Rampager. Moving to the burbs. There you go, Rosie the Rampager.
What? No! No! Daryl, get to the gates!
Now that we had reached the actual final mission, we unlocked the assault rifle, a super powerful weapon that pretty much leaves the walkers with little to no chance whatsoever, and also the final weapon I needed for the trophy They Know Me at the Range. That should be the last weapon, I hope. I haven't missed anything. There we go. They know me at the range. We are here because Jane knows the evac chopper is coming this way, although she did run off into the barriers, so I'm not sure she's still with us. Regardless, this is a pretty cool area. You can tell it was once a site for the survivors to gather and wait it out until help arrived, but it's definitely seen better days, now being overrun with walkers, making it very easy to finish off this trophy for shooting 300 bullets. There's quite a unique trophy to obtain here as well, called Down to My Last, that requires you to finish the game with one firearm and a single bullet. I'm not sure how much luck would be involved to get this randomly, but if you did, it would be in your best interest to grab a few lottery tickets and become a millionaire. I decided to choose this trophy though because, let's be real, I am not winning the lottery anytime soon. To do this, you will eventually reach a point where the evac chopper comes down to grab you. The only issue is that hundreds of walkers start appearing out of nowhere and you have to defend yourself. This creates a problem though, because if you want to leave with a single weapon and a bullet, how can you really defend yourself and guarantee there'll be one bullet left? And the answer is, well, you can just train the last two walkers and empty your mag before axing them both to death. It's Merle. This trophy doesn't pop until the credits roll, so until then, we can hop on the turret supplied by Merle and mow down all the walkers that were probably once law-abiding citizens, casually strolling about their day, and earn a few trophies while doing so. One for eliminating a walker that is falling due to a missing leg, and another one for dismembering every limb of 25 walkers. It's gotta be the brain.
Prepare for the dust storm. Hang on, people.
Evacuation procedures begin in 9 minutes.
Down to my last. Yes!
Dumb son of a bitch!
What's he doing?
Shit about you no more. You could have been out of this mess forever.
Lucky for you, I got an eagle eye. It's this one. Didn't you see the bite on that whirlybird pilot? Hell, he was more than halfway turned already. You know I got your back. Hell, I'm the only man you could ever count on.
Damn. With the first playthrough wrapped up, it was time to replay the game again, this time choosing the right hand side of the map instead, which gives us 5 new locations to explore. There's also a good chunk of miscellaneous trophies to obtain as well, so I attempted these as I went. You also unlock relics after your first playthrough, and these offer a few bonuses to make the additional playthroughs a bit easier. Specifically this one that gives you a crossbow and an assault rifle right at the start of the game, making it extremely easy to get the trophy Porcupine for shooting 10 bolts at a walker without sending it to sleep. 2, 3. There we go. That was it. Trophy pop, and then I'm taking all my bullets from you. There we go, Porcupine. Because of this trophy, I also managed to get True Dixon for completing a location with the crossbow only. And then Dare People 2 for beating the level without eliminating a walker. But just when you thought things were going pretty well, they stopped going pretty well. In this next mission, I was going for the trophy Not a Scratch. This should have been a pretty simple trophy to obtain due to the fact I had an entire assault rifle on standby. I took my time, taking out the walkers that were in my way and grabbing the gas from the gas station, knowing full well I had taken no damage whatsoever from the walkers in the area. But the trophy didn't pop, and yet again, more time was wasted on this incredible game. Let's go. Let's go. That was no damage. That had to have been. Please, not a scratch, please. Not a scratch, not a scratch, please. To get some level of dopamine into my system, I decided to search for the last random road survivor I needed so that I could hopefully wrap up this trophy during the current playthrough. It took upwards of 30 minutes, closing and restarting the game, entering the road event only to find no one is there and almost falling asleep, before finally we ran into Sarah up on a random roof. Yes! Yes!
I was with a group, but I'm on my own now.
To get her on the team, we need to find some food supplies, which honestly makes no sense. Like, why would you grab this massive box of supplies to give to someone that's going to be on your team, only for them to gatekeep the entire box and we receive absolutely nothing? While we're out here risking our lives trying to stay alive, she's probably just sat in the back of the car munching on some crunchy Wotsits. But regardless, all random survivors had now been found, and the only survivors left for the trophy were in the route-specific locations and super easy to find. Pemberton is the first of these route-specific locations, and the guide mentions that you can obtain the trophy Say Hello to My Little Friend using firearms only. So I did exactly that. There was a few sections where this was tricky, like here, but the game has programmed this walker to jump at you regardless, making you pull out your knife. To get around this, I tried shooting the walker without getting trapped in the lunge, but this walker is clearly invincible without being triggered first. Well, that was until I shot its feet and the entire leg came off. Even after this though, the walker stayed behind the door, so I just one-shot him in the head. The rest of this level was okay to beat with the gun, but after reaching the end, Jess turns into a walker and we are forced into a grapple with no outcome other than to stab him in the face. Just guns, that was. Oh, what the fuck is the point then? The guy told me to use firearms only. Oh my god, bro. And as expected, this completely voids the trophy and yet again had me wasting more time. Another downside to this was that we are required to use the police cruiser, and this cruiser eats fuel. And I mean, it absolutely destroys the tank. It had me stopping like 3-4 times just for fuel because there was no fuel to be found in actual locations. After finally reaching Fontana, it was time to lock in for this trophy. Essentially, you need to kill off 5 survivors. And to do this, you just send them out without a weapon, and most of them will die a gruesome death. I almost felt bad for Sarah, but then I realized how long it took to find her, and I didn't really care anymore. This is the mission where we meet Anna and get Mia on our team, and doing this unlocks Good Samaritan for doing 25 side quests.
You cheating, manipulative little bitch.
Oh, Good Samaritan. Wait, let's go. That's the 25 miscellaneous tasks. I had mastered the art of avoiding walkers at this point, running past pretty much every single one on my path. The ones that didn't move would receive a nice warm bullet in between the eyes, and I managed to keep this up the entire mission. Finally getting the gun-only trophy I should have got last time. Oh, she never came back. That's great. Rest in peace, Sarah. Ah yes, say hello to my little friend. Pulling into Oakview, I sent Mia off to die and made my way through the camp. This was actually a surprisingly good route-specific location. I liked the vibe and there wasn't that many walkers standing in the way. We can grab another squirrel at the back of this tent and meet up with Mike, who joins our team and also gives us a code to the exit. Yeah, it's a pretty short one, but the ending section makes it worthwhile. There's a bunch of walkers chilling around some saw blades, and a single shot of your weapon sends them all frantically running towards you and guarantees you this trophy for eliminating 10 walkers with the blades. Oh, those died as well. Oh my god, they're all killing themselves. W trap. This is like Black Ops 1. Oh, there we go. This is how hot dogs are made. Once reaching the next location, I instantly sent Mia off to her death alongside Mike as well. Basically spawn killing the guy as soon as he joined the squad. The reason we are here is pretty cool actually. It's a super unique reason and one that definitely hasn't been reused countless times already. It was time for a new car.
You ever think about that?
You hear that?
Like a bro up there, what the fuck? Is that a walker or is that a mirror? And to get this new car, we basically robbed this old lady at the theater in return for saving her cat. I don't really understand the thought process of this entire interaction, as she states she's kind of safe here so she doesn't need the car, while actively being swarmed by every walker in the surrounding area. Okay. What was that shadow? I still thought the location was cool though. It was a nice break from the cities and woodland we had been in for basically the entire game. Oh, and after making sure I had grabbed the squirrel and the poster in this location, Mia did indeed succumb to her injuries, adding one more death to the 5 we needed for the trophy. The next 2 locations were ones I had already played previously, but I did try to do the no-hit trophy here because I knew how easy it would be to run through unharmed. What I didn't account for though was a single flipping walker scratching me by luck and voiding the trophy after I was minutes away from finishing the level. Yeah, fucking fuck off, bro. After completing this mission, and then also the mission with Meryl's gang, I got pulled into a random road event, and thought now was a better time than any to attempt these 2 trophies. These trophies are ones that will take an extremely long time if done legit. As we figured out with the fuel trophy at the start of the game, restarting the level saves these random stats for whatever reason, meaning that if I wanted to eat 50 MREs or prevent 50 walkers from grabbing me, I could do this extremely easily on a random road event. Consume an MRE. It's not venison, but it'll do. Oh, that's the trophy. Coming to the end of the second playthrough now, it was logically about that time we'd start seeing collectible trophies pop, and the first one on the list was no down payments for grabbing all the car keys. This, as mentioned earlier, was possibly gonna need another playthrough, as I wasn't sure if anything had been saved between deaths. I mean, realistically, I had no faith at all in this popping, but I went ahead and grabbed the last key anyways. Alright, this is the last set of keys, I believe.
Hey there.
As long as I didn't die while grabbing the other ones, I guess. And grab the final poster here as well for the missing 8 trophy. Let's go. After escaping through the gate, the final route-specific location was upon us. This meant, after 2 whole playthroughs and countless hours of my life dedicated to this game, we had almost visited every single location in the game. And to be fair, this isn't that bad of a location to finish off with. Just like the previous hospital location from the other route, this one also has us trying to find a cure for the outbreak. While progressing through the offices, we stumble across the final squirrel of the playthrough. Yes, no stone left unturned. Oh, open the lab doors. Sheila, where you at, bro? Sheila was the second to last survivor I needed, and I believe she's unmissable. After talking to her and realizing the cure is non-existent, Anna pulls the wrong lever and opens every single door holding the walkers instead of the singular door containing Sheila. At this point, I really couldn't be asked to entertain the dookie combat in this game and just ran to the end of the level, finally unlocking Being Everywhere for, well, spending my time playing this game twice. Oh, Being Everywhere. Nice. As we reach Sherwood, you might recognize this area as the place we are given a choice between two people. I saved Jane last time, so the only survivor standing between me and that stupid RNG trophy was Terry. Terry wants us to find Aiden, but also wants us to find meds. After finding these meds and returning back to Terry, he just shoots his wife point blank in the face.
I'm sorry.
What?
I thought there would be more time. I love you.
What? That's the most RNG trophy, that one, so that's out of the way. Similar to Rosie the Rampager, where we had to reach the final location with a woman, Guys Night Out requires us to do the same thing, but this time forces us to keep this crazy person in the back of our car and risk being killed before making it to the final location. There we go. Guys Night Out. We're actually getting pretty close now. Not long lived. Nothing changes with this final location, so after reaching the helicopter at the end and getting ambushed by Merle, we can finally dismember 250 limbs and end the second playthrough off with a decent chunk of trophies to our name. Unfortunately though, as much as I was hoping to be done with the platinum on the second playthrough, we needed to dive in one last time and clean up the really grindy and boring trophies that I kind of just couldn't be asked to attempt for that exact reason. These 5 trophies require a decent portion of the playthrough dedicated to just attempting each one. Luckily, I had been binning off survivors during my second playthrough, so this one was close to being complete, but who knows how close I was to exploring 25 unmarked locations or distracting 50 walkers, because again, the game doesn't let me know. But at this point, I was in too deep to back down and started the first level by attempting the trophy that had haunted me the entire time, not a scratch. I'd love to do some epic build up with this one, like I tried over and over again, doing anything I could to beat this level without being hit. But honestly, it was as simple as running past all the walkers and reaching the car at the end for the trophy. My god, that was it. Didn't get hit once. This trophy is buggy though. Nice. Not a scratch. Let's go. The unlucky soul that became my 5th and final dead survivor was none other than Warren from the gas station. Rest in peace. Oh, stay together, stay safe. Lovely. And basically straight after this, I randomly finished my 25th unmarked location. Zigzagging all over the road. Let's fucking go. At this point, I was absolutely flying through this game, and it's honestly surprising how small this game is once you take out all the collectibles and RNG survivors. I can honestly understand the distaste for this game, not only because it's pretty shit, but imagine paying full price on release day to beat this game in under 3 hours because you don't care about collectibles or trophies. A great £50 well spent. Once reaching the theater once again with the old lady, there's a perfect opportunity to distract walkers by activating these speaker things in between cars, quickly earning me this trophy, which I thought would have taken me at least another playthrough. Yes. And with that, only 2 trophies remain. Duct tape can fix anything, and that looks like it hurt. To break down for this trophy, the best strat is to drive on the highway and just pray that you break down. Yeah, it's essentially just another RNG trophy, and the chances of breaking down are almost as rare as finding a survivor, which is great. But for this trophy, it was a whole different story. Healing survivors 25 times doesn't sound too bad, but when you're only able to send out survivors in marked locations, the opportunities to do this become super slim. And even slimmer when you consider how rare MREs actually are, and even sending survivors out to grab food usually just results in them coming back with 1 or 2 MREs per location, making this arguably one of the grindiest trophies in the game. Either way, I sent out survivors whenever I could, and healed whenever I had MREs available, all while hoping that I would break down at least once on every trip. Yes! Oh, that's fucking awesome. That means the progress carried along, because I've only broken down 3 times in this playthrough. Oh. We're literally 1 mission off the end of the game again. I've only been playing for like 2 hours. Right, finished the game for a 3rd time now. Maybe just over 2 hours, like running through. It's very fast. Starting my 4th playthrough, I was ready to be done with this game. When there's nothing at all to do other than sending survivors out at the start of every location, it really does start to get repetitive and bland. So once reaching the theater once again, I finally had enough and searched for the best method on this trophy. All right, so we heal Mia Park 5 times, and then we enter the level.
Think about that.
Oh, okay. I didn't even need to. Okay, there we go. Platinum trophy. Let's go. Let's go. Get out of here, Merle. Putting it back in its case, back on the shelf, never to be played ever again. What a nice experience. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.